What's going on, guys? I'm out here today, and today we're going fishing. And I'm going in fishing in a pond that I've never fished in before, but I think there could be some fish in it because there's a lot of grass and there's frogs and stuff. So we're gonna come up here, and it's about a mile walk. I'm hiking through the woods, but we're gonna go check it out and we're gonna see if we can catch anything. And what I've got with me is I got a backpack on. And the stuff that I've got in my backpack is one, a tackle box. And all I've got in it is some hooks, bobbers, and sinkers. And then I've got a spotlight just in case it gets dark fast. Because, well, you know, sometimes on Earth it tends to get dark. I don't know why, but it does. So we're gonna need that in case it gets too dark. And then I've also got bait, which I'm just gonna use worms because almost every freshwater fish on Earth eats worms. Alright, and we're just going to try it out, and we're going to see what we can catch in this pond. I'll see you guys when I get up there, which will be a little bit, but for you it's going to be like right now. Alright guys, I'm at the pond. Well, sort of. It's actually down there behind those trees, like over that way. Oh, that was good. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get down here to the pond, get you guys set up, and we'll start fishing and see what we can catch. Alright guys, right down there's the pond, and well, let's see if we can see any frogs or fish whenever we get down here. There's something. Oh, frogs. They're everywhere. Wow, we'll be getting some of them this year too. But anyway, I'm gonna try right here first. So I'm gonna get you guys on the mount, and alright guys, we got the setup here. That's all the stuff that I brought. Just a pair of scissors, pliers, sinkers, hooks, and a bobber. And then I brought some worms, and then of course a fishing pole. And all I'm gonna do is just a little simple rig. Have a tiny little number 6 hook. Come up here with a split shot right in there. And I'm gonna come up probably a foot and a half. I'm just gonna put me a clip-on bobber. And then we'll go ahead and put us a worm. I ain't gonna put a full worm. I'm just going to put like maybe half of one. So we'll like kind of cut him in half. That way we can use him twice. And then we're going to cast it out and see. Got a little piece of night crawler on there. And now we're just going to go ahead and cast it out and see what we can catch. I can almost guarantee I'm going to get hung up because there's so many reeds. But we're going to try anyway. Alright, we're just going to let that sit right there and see what we can get. Alright, nothing on that cast. I'm going to try it again and see if we can get something like on over this way in this deep spot. Alright, I think this side of the pond is actually too shallow, at least for this time of day. So I'm going to go on over around that side of the pond where it's a little bit deeper and there's less weeds. Alright guys, I'm out here on down the pond some. And there's like an opening there without any weeds, so I'm going to try in here and see what I can get. There's a big grass mat floating out there. It's not really a grass mat, but I'm going to say it's one. But anyway, I got caught over on them reeds, and I kind of broke off, but all I did was just, you know, tie a new hook on. I actually did add a little bit more length. So I'm going to cast it out there. Well, first I got to put bait on it. Alright, I got bait on it now, and I'm just going to cast it out and see what we can get. There's one. Oh, he's coming towards the bank. I'm going to have to reel fast if that's a fish. Oh, what is it? Oh, I got one, guys. I got one. It is a first catch, and it's a crappie. I did not expect there to be anything in this pond. We're going to get this guy unhooked, and actually, we're going to be like, this is going to be like a developing bass pond. I'm going to be putting bass in here because there's like a ton of frogs and reeds for them to be. It'd be a perfect bass pond, except for crappie. Well, crappie, they have big mouths and they actually take the food from the bass. So, I think this video is going to turn into a catch and cook, if you know what I mean. And obviously you do. So, I'm going to get him off of here, put him in that bucket. Well, I guess I got to get water in the bucket first. If I could get him off of there. He had plenty of time to swallow it. There we go. And now we're just going to keep fishing and see if we can catch anything else, because we need to get these crappie out of here. I'm going to go ahead and get me a worm back on here, and I'm going to cast it out and see if we can catch anything else. Guys, that's actually all I could catch. I don't know if it was luck or there's just a low population or I just got lucky or something, but I don't know. But anyway, I did catch one white crappie, and we don't want them in this pond because we're going to be putting like bass in this pond. So we're actually going to go ahead and cook this guy up, and I'm going to turn this video into a catch and cook. And we're going to go ahead and go take this little guy. He's not huge, but I mean, he's a crappie and we don't want him, so we're going to take him and we're going to go cook him up, and I'll see you when I get down there. Alright, I'm down here now, and now I'm going to go ahead and cook this crappie up. So, first thing I got to do is, of course, process him, because, you know, you kind of have to do that before you can eat them. And to do that, I'm just going to, actually, I don't know if I'm going to fillet him or not. We'll take a look at him, and we'll see if we'll just do a full body cook, or we'll just go ahead and fillet him. Alright guys, so he don't really look too big to actually fillet. I mean, I probably could, but he's not very fat. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to scale him, and then we're going to cut him right there, gut him, and then we'll cook him the whole body. First thing I'm going to do is scale him with a spoon. I'm going to start at the tail. You can use like a scaling tool, but I lost mine, so I'm just going to use a spoon. And just start at the tail and go all the way to the head. Get every single one of the scales off, and then you'll be good. Alright guys, we got all the scales taken off of him, and we're just going to come up here on the shoulder, find where the bone hits on the gill flap. I guess it's not really a bone, but where the gill flap starts. And we're just going to come up here into the meat, cut past, down past this fin, and then when you get to the bottom, don't cut the head all the way off, pull the guts out. You don't need that anymore, you can throw that away. And then you want to come in here and then cut from here all the way back to the vent, and then pull any other things that might be left in there. Go ahead and pull all that out, and then just wash all that off, and you're ready to go. We're just going to go ahead and set this guy aside, and we'll go ahead and light the fires. Alright, now what I'm going to do first is mix up our flour and seasonings. And all I'm using is some white flour, some cornmeal, black pepper, paprika. I'm using garlic salt. This has parsley, garlic, and salt mixed in with it, so we don't have to add all that stuff. And some crushed rosemary. Go ahead and mix all that up, and then we'll get everything else ready. Alright, now I'm going to go steal some chicken eggs, and you'll see it right in here. Oh wait, that's not right. Oh, there we go. Alright, we got that done, and I'm actually going to add something kind of weird to it. And I'm going to add some pickle juice. But yeah, all that does, it just adds kind of a pickle taste to it. Alright, so now you're going to take the fish that you just processed, dip him in there, and I'm going to go ahead and roll him around in that, get him nice and coated. And then pour our flour mixture right on top of it. We'll just roll him around in that a few times, get him nice and coated, and then he'll be ready to fry. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get this pot, put it on the fire. Alright, now we're just going to let that get hot, and then we'll go ahead and take the fish and drop him in and let him fry. Alright, I think the oil is ready, and we're just going to test it by dropping some flour in it. Oh yeah, that's definitely ready. So we're just going to come over here and get the fish, and now we're just going to go ahead and drop him in there. Oh yeah, that's going to be really good. We'll just get him out when he starts to float. Usually I'm pretty sure it's whenever they're done is whenever they start to float. So we'll see you when it's done. Alright guys, it is done, and I'm going to go ahead and get it out of here, and we'll let it cool off and finish dripping grease. Oh, that looks delicious. Alright, we're going to let that cool down now, and then we'll get to eating it. Alright guys, now we got this little crappie fillet. I don't know why I just called it a fillet. It's not a fillet. We're going to taste it and see what it tastes like. I've never ate crappie before, actually. I've heard it tastes like bluegill. Oh, it's really good, guys. It does taste kind of like bluegill. Here we got some totally unbranded ketchup. No, it is not a see-through bottle. Yeah, we're going to try some of ketchup. Fish is just so good with ketchup. Ah, man. I just like ate a whole bite of ketchup. But anyway, guys. That is a crappie catch and cook. That I did not expect. I actually didn't expect to catch anything in that pond. But there was a crappie in it, so we'll get him out of there and we'll eat him. If you can't tell, I like doing catch and cooks. And we're going to be doing a lot of catch and cooks on this channel because, well, I live pretty much in the woods and around a bunch of water. So I can kill a lot of stuff. And it turns out I know how to cook. And so we're going to be doing a lot of catch and cooks. And thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later.